Hello. Of the absurd episode 46, almost 50, almost.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
50,
time and
50 years
dedication.
old.
50
years old.
Is that going to be the new audio for the intro?
50 years old.
Someone's coming here to kick your ass soon. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
I'm going out of the studio. They're in different studios. I don't know which one.
Ooh,
Ooh, I love that glass. What are we
Is
sampling
that a
today?
screwdriver or what's that?
The Uncola.
Pepsi?
Thought I'd have something different today. This is a Bullet and Sunny D.
Okay.
Bullet and Sunny D. What is Bullet?
Yeah.
A beautiful Southern whiskey.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Kentucky bourbon. Yes.
Cheers. Cheers. I'm just drinking plain water,
Cheers.
so I heard it's not good. Good luck to cheers with water.
How do you get water that they use on planes? How did you get water that they use on planes?
What do you mean?
Huh?
You said you had plain water. That took a while. I'm sorry.
Because I run my mouth and don't even think about what I'm saying, so I totally forgot. That I even said plain water, like as opposed to. Are y'all loving this weather?
This weather is kind of weird, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's cooler.
Yeah, this is the first day that I didn't have to run my AC. Oh, somebody's gonna order Bullet. I think, Dan, you're putting them on the map. You need to send them an invoice.
Thanks, my cousin Nick, craft brew dude.
Hello there, Barry. Hello, craft
the glass. The glass is Très Elegant. Oh, there goes Ed.
Très Elegant.
It's Très Elegant. It
like
really is.
I like that. I haven't heard that before.
How are y'all's weeks going?
Not bad, not bad. You got that new Clint Eastwood movie, Cry Macho, coming out.
Why won't they stop him? Somebody stop him.
I think what is he 91? I just want to know, can he see while he still films a movie? Can he still see?
I guarantee you not.
I could still kill a man.
He can't see that he needs to stop making movies.
Is that like a movie based upon his ideas of the immigration policy or his political views?
It always is, yes. It's always his brainchild. And it's like, Clint, like, you need to make history documentaries because that's where your mind is right now. Like present day movies, and nobody has the courage to tell Clint Eastwood no.
It's like, dude, you're 91. Just let it happen, because guess what? Any day now, you're going to be set free.
And isn't it funny how certain people just won't get set free? And it's like there's a pandemic, allegedly now it's 1 in 500 Americans have died of COVID. And then Clint Eastwood is over here 91 making a movie.
Yeah.
Where's the logic?
Oh, yeah. No, he...
like, how is he dodging those bullets?
I don't know, man. Maybe all them cowboy movies. How do you think Clint Eastwood dodges bullets, Dan?
He stays home and masturbates all day.
Okay.
That's
fair. His hands are busy. Okay.
That's why his face looks that way. Permanently like like he's just flexed for so long.
Yeah, he did not age.
That's
what I would
consider. Yes, good. You got the two different. Wow, that's a perfect. What's that called? Trapezoid mouth. Trapezoid mouth.
His life looks painful.
That's called I'm having a stroke, but I don't know it.
It looks painful, but apparently he rides a horse and shoots a gun in it, so that tells us all that he can still fuck somebody. And that's great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he can still reproduce. He's not shooting.
He didn't say reproduce, but Mick Jagger.
Dust. He's not shooting dust.
Probably can.
Mick Jagger did at a very old age. When did Mick Jagger have to, like 72 or something? But like Clint Eastwood's 91. I mean, he's probably shooting dust balls. Yes.
What do you think his sperm get lost now? Do you think they get lost?
Where am I?
I mean, you can't get lost where you ain't never been. Like Clint doesn't make return trips.
Where's the egg? I can't find it.
I would prefer to not survive to 91. Some people that want to live forever. I'm cool.
You don't want to be 91 and then have a reason to be an asshole?
Absolutely. Like, Stefan, let me just enlighten you right now. You never need a reason to be an asshole. All
I do
you
it
need is
now.
the courage. You need the courage to be an asshole. Like 91 people don't care what people think, but you can be an asshole tomorrow if you choose.
I want to see Clint Eastwood wrestle another chair. I think that'd be amazing. Be amazing.
I'm good.
Victoria.
I'm good on my Bridges of Madison County Clint. Like that's the one that I'm keeping in my mind. And that's the one we're gonna keep. Our love Dana just texted. She's having a Wi-Fi issue. So,
Okay.
but we do have some topics that we want to discuss.
Yes.
What was that phrase you said? Because you should write a book on that. You could be a what if you choose again? What was that again?
Who?
You just said that. You could be a what if you choose. What were we talking
Oh,
about?
what if you choose to be an asshole?
Asshole.
Yeah, you could be an asshole if you choose. That sounds like a great self-help book written by this woman right here.
The funny thing is, most Americans have already
Right.
read it, I think, because they're so good at it.
And
Like they're
my
so
computer's
just perfectly asshole-ish on a daily.
My wife said something and that she had heard to me, and it kind of blew my mind when she goes, just think about it. We're like, it's been hundreds of thousands of years of people. And for, the first hundreds of thousands of years, it was just assholes killing everybody else. So we are the descendants of those assholes.
I believe that that's the gospel. I literally had to tell my aunt on the phone today to comfort her. Just remember, humans are terrible.
Yeah.
Like, don't get upset. Just remember humans are terrible. And then don't expect any more than the bull crap.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, so let's find out if this human is terrible.
I agree. Craft Crew. Gran Torino is an awesome gosh darn movie.
I might be having trouble sharing this. We're gonna try this though.
Okay.
Because my internet is on the spectrum right now, so
on the spectrum.
I mean, seriously, it's really pissing me off.
Aw. I'm sorry, Dan.
Wait, I shouldn't make that connection. Great. My career's over. All right, here we go. My boyfriend pays rent on our house, and he has no idea I'm actually the landlord. And she's doing pictures like this. You asshole. This is like a woman you call an asshole. You're an asshole.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Do I call her an asshole? I don't. And maybe that's because I've embraced my inner asshole. But what I feel like, as long as his name is my boyfriend and not my husband, then why would he live with me for free? I mean, I think that there should be a level of honesty, because I would not want anyone to withhold information. But I think that charging him rent in a place where I actually own it, absolutely. Until I'm married, we're not a team. We're individuals, and I have to, build my wealth. And you can't just live off of me because I, got my shit together early and bought a house or an apartment building. Shit, I don't know what she owns.
Wait, what she owns? My boyfriend pays the rent on her house, and he has no idea I'm the landlord. So she pays the mortgage.
Well, if she pays the mortgage, then I don't see the problem, because he needs to contribute.
So, that's the funny thing. They don't say how much the rent is.
It's true.
It's what if it's $500? Okay, I'm cool. I'm with you. What if it's $1,000? I'm still with you because it's expensive.
Yeah.
But if she's oh, I'm charging this asshole $3,500. Well, you're a chump.
Ooh. Well, I don't know. If she charges him $35,
it's everywhere now.
Well, and that's the thing.
Son.
How smart is this guy? Where did she find him? She meet him at a grocery store? Where did she find this kind of person?
Okay, let me give you a story like this. If I were renting a unit in an apartment, because we never know, it might, she said a house. Okay, let's say I'm renting a room in a house.
Hi, Dana.
And I don't know that my boyfriend is actually the person that owns that house. If I didn't meet him before I rented it, like I didn't know who he was when I rented it, and I met him after the fact, I wouldn't really care that he didn't tell me, because I would think maybe he's trying to not let me know he has money just to see if I'm really interested in him or if I'm interested in a guy that has money. So it might be the same with her. She might be trying to figure out, is this guy really interested in me, or is he just looking for like a free ride?
That's true.
So that I'm clear, they live in the house together. Is it just the two of them? Because I read a little of the piece. Like, is it just the two of them, or does some other family live there? Or it's just the two of them.
I think it's just the two of them.
I think it's just the two. Yeah.
I don't know why I got a different impression. Okay, and so he's paying the rent, but she owns that property.
Right.
And okay, now what I didn't gather was, does he know that she owns property? Okay.
No, he has no idea.
Yes, okay, but like not about that house, but does he know she owns property at all, or does he know
Not at the
Now
time
that
of the
I don't
writing of
know.
this. Not at the time of this TikTok.
I would
video.
think no.
I don't know. Like, I guess my thing is, I mean, I don't know. If I were, I'm a different kind. I probably would tell him, just because what I'm trying to understand is, were they dating at the time that he rented the house, or did they go out and do this place together and then she just like is it nefarious? Did she say, hey, I think this is a house we should get, and he's like, yeah, I'll pay the rent? Like,
They've
is
been
it
living at a place for a year now?
Craft
He
Crew
pays all
said,
the major rent and bills.
wait till he clogs the shitter and they call the landlord to fix the issue.
I don't know. Like, I think if I were
Careful.
her, here's the thing. I think that
she's
if
owned
I
it
were
5 years now. Like, she's owned the place for 5 years. Okay.
but they've been
Like,
there a
wait.
year. But they've been there a year. Together?
They've been there a year, but like, it's only been a year. I don't know how to judge this person. I do know that maybe if he even finds out, depending on the amount of rent, it might be worth it with this cheek move she's doing. So we'll move on.
True.
I think it would. I'll leave it here because I know we got to move on. It would depend on how serious the relationship would get.
Yep, because lying and trying to build a foundation in a relationship, bad idea.
Well, that's true, but the thing is, let's just say that they don't work out. Then
at least she's got some money.
Yeah. That's what I started with, Dana. It's a boyfriend. He's not a husband. So
right, if he proposes, I think that should be the first thing she tells him. If he
this one we have dog trainer Cesar Milan. Cesar Milan's pit bull killed Queen Latifah's dog. Tried to cover it up. Lawsuit.
That's so sad.
Sure.
If what I heard is correct, and if I'm wrong, correct me, but he claimed, or his people who speak for him claimed, the dog got hit by a car, and then it was later found out that his pit bull tore her dog to sushi. Okay.
Yep. That's right,
Stefan. Sushi? Wow, that's really precise.
That's
that's the thing, though. Like,
awful, to be honest,
I'm not an oracle of any kind, but my wife in South Park showed me that his move to get dogs to go was to like go like this, go. And I'm like, that probably makes a killer.
That probably makes a killer.
That would make me want to kill somebody. Like, hey, fuck off! Ah! Like,
and then what is it?
All over.
A gymnast also got attacked by the goddamn pit bull too.
The same pit bull?
The same
one that snitched. So it happened a while ago, and Queen Latifah was fine. She was told her dog got hit by a car, but then the gymnast got bit inside the office because the dog was walking without a leash, and he attacked her legs. And so she sued him, and because her mom worked there and knew the tea, and mama be coming home telling everybody business.
Right.
He said, oh, y'all know Junior done killed Queen Latifah's dog. And so her daughter, the gymnast, when she got bitten, used that as evidence. So now Queen Latifah. I personally feel like Caesar, I raised my dog with the pack leader techniques. I didn't have to do all this stuff, like the simple stuff, like walking him and all of that. But I think that he has the same weakness that everybody has. You can help everybody but your own family. So his dog was the problem dog that would
Right.
never get right. But he had his heart, so he protected that dog. And that's the dog that was biting everybody in the ass.
It's kind of like the parents who, when they go to the school and they're told, your son Johnny socked 3 kids in the eye. He wouldn't do that. He's an angel. He's an angel.
Yep, exactly.
You,
And then
you
Junior
know,
is already dead now, so there's no like forensics or anything. Junior passed along, and when he died, Caesar almost killed himself. That's how close they were.
So wait, let me get this straight. His dog is dead?
He died a while
hers.
ago.
Oh, yeah.
His dog and her dog, the dog that killed and bit Junior, is gone.
Yeah.
I was
'Cause
yeah,
Junior
like
was made of poison.
I would still sue. Like I don't blame for suing because I just feel like that's you gotta y'all need to pay for that. Like y'all at the time all you had to do, I mean it might have got Junior put down, but that's the dog. It's a dog eat dog world, literally.
Well, Dana, you know why they need to pay for that? Because they told that girl it was your fault anyway. You shouldn't have been walking around the office knowing his dog's in here. They had no sympathy.
Oh yeah.
Wow. No. You need to put your dog away in a place of business.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: like, if Queen Latifah gets in trouble for this cover up because she knew, and anyway, and I know it's a dark hope, but if she does and she goes to jail, she's gonna do the coolest version of Chicago in there. Like seriously.
Wait.
Just want to put Queen Latifah in jail. Don't logic it out, Dana.
Okay.
Dan just want Queen Latifah to do Chicago in jail.
No, just do Chicago in there and then get out. That's all I want to see. Like from
There's no way she going to jail, but Dan has to place her there so she could do Chicago.
Yeah, so she can do Chicago.
Right, I'm gonna sip my drink, my hot drink here.
My kids love that.
What is your hot tea, Dana? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. I buy these little packets. I wish I could hold one up by this company called Four Stigmatic, and they're like these little, like it's like a mushroom powder chocolate elixir with cordyceps, which I don't know what cordyceps are. I need to look them up. They're clearly a health thing because they're in all kinds of health shots.
We did look them up, Dana.
Huh?
We did look them up. We did. Cordyceps was what I told you were the fungus that turned the bugs into zombies and made them go up on the plants and shoot the spores everywhere, and you freaked out and closed your eyes.
So don't turn into a zombie before the end of the show.
You're eating bugs, ground up bugs.
So it's fungus that lives protein, on right? Okay, let's see. Most cordyceps supplements are made in a lab. Thank God. Cordyceps might improve immunity by stimulating cells in specific. Okay, so this is. So what they are and the ones that I'm drinking are two different things. I'm just wondering why though. Like cordyceps, like you said, are bug things, but it says that the supplements are mostly made in labs, which means that I'm not drinking caterpillar stew. I don't think. Yes, but most cordyceps. So that means that even if I'm drinking caterpillar stew, they did something in the lab, and it's too late now. And it's so funny. You have a great memory, Dan, because I have no recollection of it. But I'm glad to know.
Weird memory.
No, it's a good thing. Anyway, I know we have a guest, so I don't want to. But I'm drinking. When I went to look them up, that was the first company that came up. Was the second company was Four Stigmatic. They sell them at Whole Foods. Here's what I think. I'll leave it right here. If they sell it at Whole Foods, they fixed it. That's all I can say. I'm not drinking caterpillar stew.
Caterpillar stew.
I agree.
Lion King.
Yeah,
Doug Benson says,
I'm in full agreement.
Whole Foods would not sell me caterpillar stew.
As Doug Benson says, Whole Foods for your food hole.
Okay.
All right, are we ready for our?
We have two amazing guests with us tonight, Megan King and Kim Wadsworth. And right now we're bringing up Megan King, just made Best in Fest at Burbank Comedy Festival. Worked with Andrew Dice Clay and Sean Waynes. Bringing to the show right now, we have Megan King.
Yeah, you go, girl.
Thank you, girl.
You got the knees. You got the knees like that.
I'm trying to make sure it doesn't look as dark as it is here, since I'm in Dallas and you guys have the good weather.
We just started having the good weather today. I've been roasted.
Yeah, it's
Well-
it rained when I was out of town. I know when I was gone to North Carolina, it rained here. So,
Did it? Maybe on your side. On my side, it's been rotisserie.
So what do you consider hot, Victoria? Because I'm from Dallas, Texas. So let's discuss hot.
If I have to turn on my AC, it's hot because I don't like to spend money. So between 90 and 100 degrees, and it's been like in the mid 90s to the like 101.
Okay.
In the valley.
We are in agreement, but as a Texan, we keep our like I still have my air conditioner on and it's probably 70, 80 degrees right now. It's very muggy. There's no way I'm going to go without air conditioning because it'll be 100 degrees tomorrow. So, let's just keep it all. Yeah, and it's going to be this way for a while.
I know the drill. I'm from Atlanta, and that was one of the things that I escaped was air conditioning because I was the only cold-blooded person in my family. They always blasted it, and in the car especially, like it's just blowing in your face.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was like, I just want natural air. So that's why I moved out here. But every once in a while, I got to turn on my AC, and I'm not happy.
Yeah, well, you've
got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's a very good reason to move. I will have to say.
What are some challenges you face being a comedian and mom?
Oh goodness. Just the scheduling part of it. Like, you need to grind and get better as a comedian. That means you need to go to open mics. And right now my kids are at an age where they don't have their own car, but yet they're very busy. So I'm constantly driving them every night. So I haven't been the best on open mics. It was kind of cool to have Zoom open mics available for that reason. And I know California, you guys probably had way more going on, but yeah, that's the main challenge. And that I don't want them to hear me make fun of them. That's really the main thing.
It's important for their development, unless you want to turn them into comedians.
They don't need to hear me roast them. But that's about it.
I feel that
I would say Dana has kids. I know.
And when I started, because he was, I had jokes about him in some of my earlier bits. I still do the bits, and I just he would come in here and he would just look at me, and I was just like, I was like, I know you did not sign on for this. Like, your mother has really been a comedian on the inside since you were little, but you did not sign on for everybody knowing your business. So.
Oh yeah, my daughter is like, you have another joke about me? Is it nice?
Oh. Yes, it is. It's about how much I love you. Yeah.
How much I love you when you're asleep. Yes.
Yeah. Before you start talking.
My daughters are 9 and 11, and my 11-year-old one day came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I got a joke for her." She goes, she's like, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, especially if you throw it at him.
Well, that was clever.
And I go,
credit.
And I said, that's great, but it might be low-hanging fruit. And so, yeah, I can't fit it into any part, segment of the act. I'm just waiting. It's like sitting there on a card, do this shit sometime. Yeah.
You say my daughter. Yeah, my daughter told me the darndest joke. The darndest joke.
Yeah.
She's got my sense of humor, which now it's going to take her long to do her career too.
So what drew you into stand-up comedy? How did you hear the call?
I have a really insane story about that. So I've been acting since I was very young, and I had an audition when I was living in Kansas City with Kevin Hart. This is before he became Kevin Hart, but it was like he was right at the precipice, and it was going to be a spoof on Training Day. Ooh. So I'm doing the audition, and I kept saying LOL because in the script it wasn't written like a play, so it didn't say laugh; it said LOL. So I thought, oh, she's like an airhead. So I was like, I made a whole thing. I was like, LOL, I just made a real airheady, and they kept laughing their ass off every time I did it, and then finally. The director stopped me. He was like, okay, you're just supposed to laugh. And I was like, oh my God. And I was so embarrassed that I started doing jokes and riffing because when I get embarrassed, that's what I do. And Kevin stopped. They were dying. He had a little entourage of people and stuff, and they were dying. And he was like, do you do stand-up? And I go, no. I knew who he was. And I go, no. And he goes, you need to do stand-up. And that was 2010 2007 or my kid was born, 2007. And of course I waited a little bit because I had babies. But yeah, that was like a big, because I listened to stand up my whole life. I listened to George Carlin, Bill Cosby. I had Bill Cosby's thing memorized. I would, because my dad had records and I'm old. And I would listen to the records over and over again. And I don't know why, if it was because I was a female or what, I just never thought, oh, I should do this. But every time there was a female on, like Comedy Central or something, I mean, the fact that I got to work with some of the people at Flappers that I watched on TV since the 90s, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. You guys. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about it until he said that. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. Let me consider it. And that's, I mean, when Kevin Hart tells you to do it, you got to think about it.
Right.
At least
you got to think about it. That's
try it. At least try it. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Actually.
And that's about the time that I actually heard, like I saw him on like I don't even know what it was. Somebody had something and we were at a good friends and it was around 06 or 07 that she was like, this guy is very funny. And he was doing his joke about, like clapping when people from the, urban, that. And I thought, oh my God, he's a star. And he was.
And then he blew up. Yeah. So that whole movie didn't even get made because he pulled out. And so funding goes when he goes, because he had gotten something much bigger than, this little spoof movie. So.
But it was meant to be.
LA. Right. It was just for that moment to happen.
Well, and if I ever meet him again, like I hope I'm trying to.
And you will.
Bring that into my world where I can go, do you remember? And see if he remembers.
It's going to be awesome. So you do acting, you do improv, you do stand-up. Is there like a love, sometimes people have like a map, like, I'm using this to help me get here. Or is it just you love everything?
I do love everything, but acting is my heart, but stand up is acting. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have to be as real as possible when I'm doing that joke or people won't believe me. So that there's part of that. I do miss that part of acting, but I just love stand up. I always was in the comedic like plays or movies or whatever. I was the comic relief. So doing a stand up just is actually a very natural progression, and it is. You guys all do it. So it's like that high that I don't think, I haven't done heroin yet. I will when I get old, but I feel like it's gotta be like, up there. Like it's a high that's amazing. So I'm addicted now.
If you've seen people on heroin though, when we are on walkers, that position will be even funnier.
Well, that's exactly like Little Miss Sunshine, like that whole,
great movie.
Alan Arkin's character of like, I'm going to do all the drugs now. I'm like, I get it. I'm doing the same. I've been so good my whole life. I'm going to freaking go nuts.
Yeah, I know certain rich men that have come to me and said, you know what? I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
But shrooms is something I want to do before I go. And I'm like, yeah, you should. Like, it's one of the things you actually should do before you go.
I agree.
Not many times, just once to see what happens.
See what it's like.
It's the next day that's the best thing. It's the part where you get the reveal. So anyway, advocate.
Definitely. So with this new climate, the cancel culture climate, and we know, Texas is the Bible Belt. And, we know, I understand. In Georgia, we couldn't buy alcohol on Sundays.
Texas, Bible. Texas actually,
the comedians, like, they have a real strong position on, is cancel culture okay or not? What is your position?
First of all, most of the people getting canceled deserves to be canceled, should have been canceled before. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like if you've molested young women, bye-bye. Yeah. And you don't get your your crap back. You can't be racist. You can't say crazy ass shit. Like, to me, cancel culture is a made up thing that a certain political party really wants to use to their benefit. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think holding us, we're speaking in public. If you get a bigger platform, you're speaking even in a louder, bigger audience. You are held accountable for what you say. So you can't just say anything and be better than that. Like, so in Dallas, there was a really big moment where Tony Hinchcliffe went after one of our local comics, who's actually a very good friend of mine. I write with Pung. I love him. And when it happened, I know a lot of people had kind of feelings about Pung releasing it, but he was doing it in a jokey way. And I know him; he's not that person that people kind of try to make him out to be. But whatever, never mind. I just kept thinking Tony Hinchcliffe should be funnier than that. Like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, if that's his best material, bye. I don't care. So that's my personal point of view. And I will say Dallas is pretty metropolitan. So there's a lot of people who do abortion jokes and do religious jokes and do like we're not completely held back. It's not like Alabama or something.
What about religious abortion jokes?
Oh, I mean, do it. That sounds, you're getting 2 in 1.
The trial of the bitter waters. It's a great thing to go over.
Oh Lord. So
how do you guys feel? Have you had the cancel culture conversation, I assume, on this before?
So here's the whole thing. You're right that there's people that say they're canceled, but no one's actually being canceled. Like a lot of these people are going to Patreon and stuff and still getting their money from their fans.
Yeah,
it's actually not having. The other thing is it's funny when certain groups say the cancel culture, because it's like, well, I thought your group was trying to cancel other cultures before. So it's like
very much,
and it's actually multiple groups, and it's like, anybody who claims about it, it's like, kind of look back in the past. Have you ever tried to cancel someone's culture because you disagreed with it? And it's like, there's certain cultures we want to cancel. We want to cancel white supremacy. We want to cancel
skinheads, or is that the same thing?
I want to cancel religious supremacy, not religion, religious supremacy. Keep it secular, and just like there are certain things that everybody's like doesn't like, but every culture has kind of tried to cancel another culture, and it's funny that people think it's a new term. It's weird. It's like
I think
the Bible Belt, coming from the Bible Belt, there's a lot of cancel culture there for a long time.
Yeah.
Heavy metal. I'm a metalhead.
But I think it's new in the way that we're specifically talking about it now. Because I think like what you're referring to, Dan, I totally get. But when we say it, we are now specifically not just talking about what those words mean together and exactly what you're saying as a broad term when it was the older term that wasn't popular. But now like toxic masculinity is probably, those 2 words have always been around. But now there's something way more specific and way more pointed that people mean when they say toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
so when I was talking about, but
agreed.
Yeah.
Just totally.
I have faith.
And I both probably have spectrum.
I'm like, am I paused or is everyone else?
Yes,
you're not paused.
No, you're good. You're good.
Dana's back.
Yeah, like I'm back. Okay, am I back?
Everyone's good. Everyone's good.
Like, I think is there like a spectrum problem? Because I've been checking in with my son. Like, what is going on?
I have spectrum also, and I'm glitching. I can't even share this on Facebook. I hope people are watching
the internet, or they add like a lag.
Because I mean, y'all know it's been kicking me out all night, and even right now, like I have 5G and 2G, but it's only working on the 2G. The 5G is not working. So anyway, not to spend too much time, but
I have 3Gs guarding my front yard.
You are so funny. But like you guys just mentioned the Tony Hinchcliffe. So like I totally appreciate, like when we say cancel culture, I like some of the consequences. I like the idea that his agency WMU dropped him. Like I like I think there has to be a clear consequence for poor choices. And to me, cancel culture as we know it now is clearly emblematic of the fact that people are awake to problematic things, because there were so many things that have always been rude and rapey and gross and molesty and white supremacist and awful and N-word and any of those words, whatever, but because it was generally accepted, then nobody was getting canceled. But there's a group, a generation, I would definitely say behind me, the elder millennials and on down, who are like, no, these things are not okay. And thank goodness, because of all the things that come with that, because Me Too comes with that. All of that is packaged together. And so these are just like I have a thing I'm working on, but everything is just an experiment. And these are the long-term side effects. These are the short-term side effects. And these are the outcomes from these experiments. And so the experiment, a good experiment that says, we can't just say any fucking thing anymore. We can't just say dyke and we can't be homophobic and we can't be transphobic anymore, that this good experiment means that the consequences that people get canceled. This is the end of that equation. So I'm totally for it. And Cat Williams had a great thing to say. He just said if you can't be, you were never great if you can't be great without that language. Like
Thank
if you
you.
whatever
Exactly.
you're expressing, then you were no good in the first place.
Exactly.
If you can't find, anyway. So yeah, that's how. So I agree with you, Megan, 1,000%.
Well, why don't we also bring on?
Wait.
With Megan.
But
I'm
Stephen wants to
sorry.
say something.
I'm sorry, Stefan. Go ahead. I'm
No,
sorry.
I had one
wanna
more
jump
question really quick, and then
Okay.
we'll bring on our second guest. If Netflix gave you $3 million to make a streaming show, what are you making?
Okay, so like I would love to make a stand-up special, but really what I've been thinking about lately is like this sitcom based thing where, because I'm kind of living it, and two ex-spouses have to live together for financial and medical difficulties and the dynamics of what that is. And you see what I'm saying? Like there's so many underlying shit. Like what if you're dating and now your ex is in the other? Do you know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, this is beautiful. I'm gonna start writing my fucking crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll watch
There's a
it.
lot of times covering
I'd
the
watch
ears
it.
Am I
with
frozen?
pillows.
I'll binge it.
No, we
Not
can still see you,
anymore,
Dana. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yay.
I'll
I'm glad.
binge
That
watch
is
that.
brilliant. Okay, and that's going to be good because I heard it on NPR a few years ago, and I actually I thought it would be great television or a great film. And so the other version of that is silver divorce. Like there is a huge trend. You're familiar with that term? Yes, where people
Yeah.
are getting these divorces later in life. Now, the difference between what you're talking about is like you probably are people that are younger, maybe we're still with families, but in the silver divorce scenario, it's too expensive to be divorced. It's too expensive to deal with the healthcare. So they're stuck in properties and stuck in situations together in this silver stage. And I just thought, and mayhem ensues when I heard the story. Hijinks ensue when I heard it on NPR. So yes.
We could merge those and have it be like a support group where people who have to live with their exes have to like meet up and go this week. Anyway.
That's brilliant. Do it.
That's a great idea. And we're going to bring on our second guest to join us tonight. A really good friend of the podcast and all of us on here. Kim Wadsworth, Air Force veteran, Texas I butchered it. I'm sorry. Mom-edian. Give it up for sarcastic, quick-witted, mohawk-wearing, funny fire chick, Kim Wadsworth. Welcome.
My median. I love that.
What branch of military was that again?
Air Force. Baby.
That's why you're aerodynamic.
That's it.
All right.
What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Hello, Kim.
I'm good.
So, Kim, what puts someone from the Air Force? Okay, so we've had military guests on here. We've had ex-military guests, but not. Did we have Air Force? I don't think we've had Air Force, have we?
I don't think so.
I think we've had Marines. I think we've had Army, but not the Air Force. What makes someone from the Air Force say, "I'm going to fly into the ground into comedy"?
Oh, I don't know that it was quite like that.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. I was pretty funny when I was in there. I was actually always getting people in trouble whenever I was in boot camp because I could talk with my mouth closed, and so I'd crack jokes while everybody's in line and they're laughing around me, and I'm pretty straight faced, and I wasn't very well liked.
You can throw your voice.
I could. I'm not a ventriloquist, but I don't have
Okay.
But, maybe I'm the dummy. Yeah.
Oh.
No.
So I'm going to throw... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm going to throw the same question to you that I threw to Megan. If Netflix gave you $3 million to make a streaming show, what are you making?
Well, it won't be me doing any kind of burlesque, but...
Oh.
Damn it! I know.
No, I've got several scripts in my head right now. Currently, they're in various stages of completion, and I was just yakking about one before we got online. Actually, about I've got an idea about a guy that always goes to the bank, not his bank, just for the free coffee, because at his bank he doesn't like their coffee, so he goes to the other bank branch and he sits there all day, drinks coffee, and dips in everybody's business, and
Ooh.
Knows everybody. He's the gossip, but he's just an older gentleman that's basically there for the gossip and the free coffee.
Oh, there you go.
I think he's got some legs.
There you go. Very nice. Very nice.
Character based. I love a good character. And I love a good gossip. I even told my mom recently, I was like, you know what, Mom? I really like some mess. Like, if it's not involving me, but I know about it and I can analyze it and pick through each person and what they doing and call her and go, okay, let me tell you what happened today. Like, I need to mature, but I love some mess right now. Like, I really do. So I want to see that show. I definitely want to see that show.
Yeah.
We didn't get to finish on the cancel culture. We want to bring you in on the topic. Where you stand?
Well, there's a fine line between that. I actually agree with Megan that if you're some kind of really bad person that's doing bad crap to everybody, boom, out of here. Here's your walking papers. But if you for generations did nothing but good stuff, and just because you're the face of a product or whatever, people are going, oh, that's just. I think I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but I think it's a lot of white people saying, I don't know that we can have an Indian representing, tomahawks. I don't know if we can do that. Or I think you need to change the name of, the Washington Redskins needs to change the name because it's offensive to people. I'm like, okay, well, I guess you'd have to figure out who you're really offending and then make that call. But I don't think it's up to a bunch of white people to go, yeah, we can't have that anymore, when you're just talking out of the side of your mouth.
I mean, I agree with you.
An interesting fun fact, by the way, the Cleveland Indians were getting hate mail at a certain time, and another team called the Indians in Bangladesh was getting hate mail also. Because people did not know the Indians in Bangladesh were an Indian team.
Well, what I will say is I agree with both Megan and Kim. I think it is on a case by case. I think that cancel culture has become quite white. I even watched on The View recently, and the creator of Me Too explained, she's a Black woman. She wrote a book and she explained that she created it to tell Black women's stories of sexual abuse, and it kind of just got hijacked to the point where now even white women's stories aren't even being told anymore. So I think it definitely is a white thing. It's become a white thing. It's become but also I do think that people should be thoughtful. But I do think I almost got canceled for something stupid that I did that was a literal mistake that made me look racist. And it's like, if I'm being racist, let me do it on purpose, because but I felt like, okay, well, I'm probably going to get in trouble, but this is a mistake. And the person called me out publicly instead of reaching out to me privately. And I would have liked for them to at least give me a chance to hear that I had made a mistake, because the person that I am, I would have done something about it, because I never want to hurt anybody. And there's a lot of ignorance. Big cities, they think that everybody is exposed to a lot of culture because urban areas are, but there are a lot of really small towns that are very segregated and have no exposure, and they still have a whole lot of ideas about other cultures that are wrong. Right. And so I think, one, the more talented you are, the more willing they are to educate you before they cancel you. Mm-hmm. But I think that, really giving a person the opportunity to figure out what they did wrong and try to do better as well will help a lot of people. Give them a chance,
Well, yeah, and I think it's like, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it, because I've never really asked anybody, but like, I know there was this uproar about the Aunt Jemima pancake batter or whatever, that people were upset because it depicted a Black woman on a box, and they called her head scarf something that was used during slavery, right? And so, but I didn't hear that from anybody but a bunch of white people. And I'm like, maybe this isn't for you to decide, you know? Like,
well, I think black people's position was like, yeah, nobody liked Aunt Jemima, but we had way bigger fish to fry that we were hoping would get addressed.
Yeah, Uncle Ben's.
Right. Yeah. Well, let me just say this. I think the thing is this. I think I'm grateful. I mean, I think these are tough, very delicate lines. I'm gonna, as I can say this, just as certainly a woman of a certain age, I have some appreciation for a move to get an Aunt Jemima out of a certain position, because there's a couple of things. First, Victoria highlighted the most important thing. We've typically had bigger fish to fry, so we have normalized, honestly, some of the negative treatment because, over worrying about Aunt Jemima, which we still think is wrong. I need to either deal with qualified immunity. I need to deal with voting rights. I need to deal with all these other things.
Right.
And so the problem is, one of the problems of the many, because it's a puzzle, is that it's not always easy to speak for every issue that you have, because the problem with them all is that they typically all still fall under the banner of white supremacy, or whatever you want to call it, racial misrepresentation, or any of those things. So it's tough, because I hear you that, the face of some of these pieces are white faces, and where are the black people? Well, for those of us who care, we're worried about these, the police brutality. We're worried about what was not on camera before Rodney King. So I think that's the piece to look at. That's hard. It's hard to, there's no way to measure that. But if that helps answer your question.
If you don't have these talks, though, what ends up happening is you get really a bunch of uneducated people that don't know a history, right? Getting together saying, oh no, we shouldn't have that, or whatever that looks like. Right. And I don't know that they can speak to that, because they don't know the impact of that.
Yeah. The bigger real issue was, these are corporations run by who? They weren't run by black people. And they were run by probably old white men. I'm making
it's the same thing. Big corporations getting rich off the backs of their employees, right? Or somebody representing them. It's the same.
Now, ladies, can I shift gears for a second? Because I got a burning question that needs to be asked. You guys have been at comedy clubs all over. You've worked with some of the greats. Comedy has been a man's world for a while, but I really feel like the women are coming through strong. Do you find yourself having to adjust your personality or present yourself differently? Or, what is your experience? Because you guys have been you women, you child bearers have been very successful in a world that, kind of, I would say a male dominated, slightly jealous world. What is your experience?
Go, Kim. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so all right, I'm just gonna throw it out there because this is really what I think. So I have reached a certain age that I'm no longer fuckable. So I don't worry about it from the aspect of that. But I have been witness to a lot of harassment of women, a lot of mistreatment of women, a lot of just really vulgar things going on, and just blatant disregard, right? And it's still around the thing that, women aren't funny. And we still get that a whole lot, right? And I think they got it twisted. I think women are really funny.
Yeah.
But I had a guy tell me, I did a show last week, and this guy came up to me about my age. We had to have a little conversation about how much he loved Donald Trump. But
great.
but which is right in my wheelhouse. And after that, he says to me, before that, he says to me, he goes, I don't usually think women are funny.
Oh, God damn it.
And I went, oh, okay. And he goes, but you're really funny. I would buy a ticket to see you. And I was like, well, I won't tell anybody,
I've
had
that happen. Yeah, exactly. I've had that happen so many times where when I'm getting booked at a club, it's like, I really don't think women are funny. And these are the bookers of the club. I usually don't think women are funny, but you're really funny. Like I'm supposed to go, oh, thank you, instead of go, oh. And I have to say, Dallas.
Wait. What if I said
that's true?
I usually don't think people are funny.
That's better, Dan. I love that.
Better.
If you say white people, it's fine too. You're fine.
Well,
you know
I work with a lot of engineers. I work with engineers 40 hours a week, so I don't usually think people are funny.
Yeah,
that's
some of them are. Some of them are.
But I don't think women are funny because they're only hiring the fuckable ones, and they're not. They're not testing the ones that
Yep.
I went from I think fuckable to unfuckable during COVID. Like apparently I've crossed over in some sort of menopausal shit where I'm like, I'm sorry, what the hell happened? Anyway, I will have to say from going to California, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Indiana, other places I've worked, Texas is still very old in its brain of, we're going to have all these shows with a ton of men and never once think about, we should at least have one woman on, maybe two. Oh my God, half. Like never. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, look, we put a woman on this show. You guys, equality. Bitch, no. That's not how it works.
When they put a woman on the show or two women on the show, it's got to be polar opposite women, because if we get one dyke on there, we can't put two because they're going to talk about the same shit.
Oh
I hear that all the time about women. Well, women all talk about the same shit. No.
Wait a minute. Will they scissor live?
Not even.
I don't know. Live scissor. Oh no. And the thing is, I don't know if you've ever been to an open mic. Any of you guys, girls, guys. Doesn't every man have a dick joke? Doesn't everyone?
Very much so. Very much so.
Wait. What's a dick joke? Wait. What's a dick joke though?
Bodily functions. Yeah. And they're always talking about, I was fucking this girl. And it's like, I don't want to picture your little ugly self having sex with anybody. Just shut up. Nobody has sex with your little ugly butt. And I don't want to picture it. Move on to the next joke. If you ain't sex, we don't talk about having sex.
Wait. Can I ask? Because I really need to know. I'm an amateur, and I know this. I'm an amateur. What? So you're saying any joke about a sexual act or ejaculation or something is a dick joke, or any joke?
Well, no, I'm just saying
it's been done.
No, everybody here.
No, I think it's always the excuse that we can't have more than one woman on the show. They're going to talk about the same stuff. They're going to talk about being a mom. And they're going to talk about their kids, and they're going to talk about their vagina, and we can't have that. We can't have too much vagina in the same room.
Right. So, when there's never too much dick, they can all get.
There's always plenty of dick.
Yeah, and the women are the ones buying the tickets to the comedy show to bring their boyfriend.
Thank you.
It's like, you know what I say? I say they're not good. Whenever somebody is doing something where they're paying more attention to what they think than what everybody else around them is feeling, I say they're bad in bed. You know what I mean? It's like these bookers are terrible in bed because they don't realize nobody else is enjoying this but you.
Right. Yeah. Well, and look around. When you see a woman on stage and she's getting at least half the audience or the whole damn audience, what is the difference? What is the difference? You think there's plenty of times I've seen women just sit there while they listen to their misogynistic ass jokes coming at them about, their nagging wives or blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, it is not 1985. Can we mature, please? In this industry of all, I feel like it is so still backwards, but it's also, I live in Texas, for God's sake. So,
It's the same in LA. It's a lot of young boys. It's a lot of, it's very much sex. It's drugs in LA. So it's a lot of, who's got cocaine, and it's always, I was fucking this girl. And I'm like, you haven't had sex.
However, I love self-deprecating. I love the self-deprecating sex jokes though, right? Like if you look at Tom Segura, he had that joke about I'm getting worse at sex. Usually how sex ends is I roll off and say, I'm sorry. And she says, I know. I love. Is that a dick joke? Is that a dick joke? Would that be in the realm of the dick joke?
No,
I'm asking everyone.
He was a headliner.
Man, it's like I want to tell sex jokes.
Okay.
As long as the audience believes that you can have sex, I think it's
Sorry,
fine.
everyone.
But there's a lot of little boys that are dirty. You could tell they haven't bathed. Nobody believes they've had sex. And then they're telling sex jokes. And it's like, get out of here.
Listen,
Like, you
they
never-
don't
You're
love
talking about
Yeah.
incel comedy. Incel comedy.
So
Yeah.
they just remember
People
Like-
believe you had sex and you're having sex.
Like
you
the
might
kind
hear
of thing like, I'm Jordan Peterson and I love this comic. He totally speaks to me. I like being listening to this comic right here. I love him. Like
If
that
you're-
guy.
we're talking about open mics, not necessarily headliners. So and
Yeah.
not
Oh,
necessarily.
Yeah.
like yeah.
And
So
if you're a new comic, I would pose this to any new comic. Try to go up and do a 5-minute set that's clean and see if your dick joke can be cleaned up and funny without being graphic and disgusting. Because I bet you it can be, and you'll be much more marketable.
right.
I think that's
Balance.
exact. One of the best compliments I got was from our ex co-host Stacy, and she said, "Dan, you do very dirty jokes and you don't say the words. How do you do that?" And I'm like, "Oh, thanks. That's what I was trying to do." Like it's like, yeah, I'm trying to not say the direct thing. I'm trying to make you say it in your brain, which is kind of twisted, but I love it.
Yeah, it's not a prudish thing at all. Like, I love a good dick joke. But when you go to an open mic and you got 40 dudes that you just shuffled through before you got your stage time, I haven't heard one good dick joke.
I was gonna say operative word good. Operative word good. Operative word.
Yeah. Tell me a
No,
good dick
I
joke.
think
'cause
that's
I will
very
laugh.
important.
I will love it.
That is
Bring
very
It
important.
can't be the same dick joke as that guy. Oh, I was fucking this girl, and when I pulled out my wiener, it looked like a balloon animal. Okay, well, yeah.
Oh
Same
my
joke
god!
that Tom had, same joke Dick had, same joke that Harry had. I mean, it's the same joke.
Right.
Tell me a good one, because I love to laugh at dick jokes. Let's do a dick joke. Let's have a
I
dick
love all the
joke right off.
Dick joke right off. Ooh, all right.
So the
All right.
Very,
From
very
your mouth
odd
to God's
Tim.
ears.
Very
Yeah,
odd,
it
Tim, is I started doing comedy during COVID, and thanks to the circles I run in, Dana, Steph, and Victoria, people like that, I actually haven't had the experience you've had yet. It's just odd.
It's
Like,
coming, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I don't do as much. I've done some New York mics, and they weren't a ton of dick jokes. I have done a chauvinist night. I have. I've gone there and went, wow, okay. Well, I'm going to do my 5 minutes. I'll stay here, be polite. And then, all right. I forget what mic it is because I don't go back. Right. But it's like, for me, a chauvinist joke is where someone tells the joke and actually feels like you feel like they mean it. It's not a playful jabbing.
Yeah.
It's like maybe a
There's hate
Daniel
behind it.
Tosh. I don't know how people think about him really, but I think he does a playful jabbing and everybody expects him to do that. Kind of a
That's
thing like
true.
that. It's when there's an actual hatred behind it, which I know a certain comedian I love that does hate, I think, correctly, and that's weird. I know, but we'll explain that another day. There's only one that does it right. And two, Lewis Black's one of them. It's just weird. It's because he's not hating on groups, he's not hating on people or stuff. But anyways, I forgot my point. Let's move on.
I feel you. I get your point, Dan.
I'm sorry,
and I
this
get
is
it.
almost
Sometimes
empty,
they're
and
doing it
we'll talk about this
playfully.
later.
They're doing it playfully. They're not being serious. And I think that's true. And some people are able to do that. I personally have, I have light humor, but I also have very dark humor, and I mean all of it. And some of it is very dark. And so it's hard for me to believe that someone else had an idea that didn't come from them.
Mhm.
Like, it came from your mind, but it's not representative of you. Like that part, but not everybody's like me. So I have to assume that if somebody says, look, I'm just writing jokes, they're not for me, I'm just throwing out ideas and seeing if I can match up punchline, I got to give them the benefit of the doubt. And, but if they turn out to be an asshole, I'll be like, I knew it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, I love Norm Macdonald.
I write.
But, he might turn out, we might learn that he might have been an asshole, but I do miss the guy,
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I
Rest
write
in peace.
jokes in other people's voices, not my voice. And sometimes they're just ultra weird, and sometimes they're like, wow, that was super dark. Where'd that come from?
Right.
But it's just, but I've always been a writer, and ideas just zip into my brain. Like I write poetry, and if I'm writing a good poetry that's just coming from somewhere, it's just a continuation of the pen, and it never picks up until it's done, and it just comes from somewhere. And if it's bad, I have to think about it, put it down, go walk away because I'm trying to force it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the ideas come from, but they get in there, right?
I think that's right. I've been in bands a long time ago that did death metal that wanted me to do the standard violent lyrics, and they would tell me what to write about. And I took that as a challenge. Okay, I don't normally write about this, but let's do this in a way where I think it's great. Maybe they don't, maybe no, let's just fix this to a certain way, not be standard, and go with it. But in that, I'm thinking this is art. This is not something that I'm going to enact in real life. This is something I'm commissioned to do for an idea. And as long as it doesn't bring real harm into the real world, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, when I was doing a New York mic, I was worried I might be too dirty with some things, and in fact, they had this older gentleman. It wasn't dick jokes per se. He just had a whole, I guess because they knew him, he had a 7-minute set. So he had a whole 7 minutes of everything about semen. So he had nothing but fucking semen jokes. Sadly, they weren't any, well, I don't know. Maybe some people were laughing. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's because him or the jokes were good. I couldn't tell. I mean, they were my cup of tea.
Well, that works in what Kim was saying about the headliner. Like, there's certain headliner challenges, right, Kim? There's certain headliner challenges, like Jim Jeffries doing Incontinence, where he did Intolerance, where he did the poop joke as a challenge for 30 minutes, and it's actually funny. But maybe you're right about that. Maybe certain challenges are for a certain, let's get to a certain point where you have the minutes to do it and build up to that.
Once you get to a certain point in your career and you have a following, it doesn't matter what comes out of your mouth. People will buy a ticket.
Yeah.
Because they're fan geeking on you.
Yeah.
You know? Ellen's last special I didn't think was that great. Sorry, Ellen. If you're watching.
It was okay, but not compared to what she can do.
Exactly. But the place was packed, sold a lot of tickets,
Yeah, but her last special, she wasn't nearly as famous or as rich before this one. And I do think, there comes a point where it's like, if you're going to talk about stuff that's going to be real hard for the rest of us to understand, like, oh, my butler, got sick. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be hard to relate.
Can't relate.
And you don't get like the really rude open mic where they let you bomb and know that your joke is really not that funny.
Exactly. You're famous now.
Where can you go to let your jokes die?
It sounds like you're talking about Blues Theory, and Dana just walked away. I wonder if she knows about Blues Theory, because I know Dana and I like a lot of the same artists. And Blues Theory is, if your life gets too good, your art will suffer.
No, 100%. Yeah.
It's really funny.
I feel like nobody's life ever gets too good because you live. As long as you're alive, everybody's got something. You got money, but you don't have your health. You don't have your family.
Even if you're super successful, you have a past that really sucked.
And a childhood, yes, that people can relate to
it. Yeah,
everybody has something. Yeah, everybody has something they do not want in their made-for-TV movie.
And at the end of the day, that's what's gonna make you $1 million in your comedy special, because it's about authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And Ellen was being a little bit, she was being oil sheen, real nice and shiny and slick. And she need to open up the, how is that marriage really going, Ellen? How are the kids? What's going on?
Yes,
It's pain.
But that was never her style. You know what I mean? Like, she got famous from calling God and having a very kind of abstract but amazing joke. Dana makes me think of that in some of her comedy. It's abstract but very poignant and really well written and premised.
My favorite Ellen joke recently was, we still do this to tell someone to roll their window down instead of this.
Because
And it was
makes no sense.
observational comedy, but it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Very
Like that,
she
I
needs-
love
she
that
needs a
joke.
master to come in and teach her the way. Like the next step, Ellen, is you got to let us see you.
Yeah.
But I think
That's
I
it.
think her off-screen behavior has maybe affected the fact that it's leaked, and whether it's true or not, I'm not saying. I'm just saying whether it's true or not, it would affect any of us. If someone was making allegations that we were someone who didn't want people to look us in the eyes, that might affect our day. We might be really doing this all day. Hey, everybody, am I looking at you enough? Holy shit. And that will look weird in pictures.
And on that note, we're going to do our segment before we wrap it up.
Stefan.
No, you're good. No, you're good. We have a segment really quick.
Really
this
quick.
is going to be odd.
How's that happening?
No, I know.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Let me go.
We have compiled some.
All right.
And we want to know if our guests agree, Kim and Megan. Which, Megan, I do like the spelling. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
My mother was high, I think. But go ahead.
No, that's exactly why I think I like it. I love that kind of creativity.
Pretty sure that's what happened.
So what we have here is the Therapy of the Absurd podcast presents movie remakes that should never happen. Now that could be a movie that just stunk, or that could be a great movie that you just don't want nobody to fucking touch. So here we go.
Okay, let's do this. Oh, damn. I completely agree. Are they redoing Goonies? I feel like they are redoing Goonies.
There are talks.
They want to do it. They already did. They did. It was called, what was that one called?
I don't know.
Super 8?
Super 8?
Oh, no, it wasn't. That wasn't the
Goonies,
same.
But no, it wasn't. But
it was the
Goonies
sci-fi
of that time. And that's what they should do, is the Goonies of that time.
That's true. That's true. Don't remake it like they have before, and don't touch Back to the Future. Come on now. Come on now.
For the longest time, I think it was like a 5-year period, they were trying to do Justin Bieber in Back to the Future. Oh yeah. Luckily, the major producer, Bob Gale, was completely against it, and I guess he has a ownership in some of that movie, so that never happened. Thankfully, whoo.
Yeah. Funny fun fact about Back to the Future. So when they originally came up with the idea, they didn't even have a script, and they wrote it as they went. So that kind of genius happens very rarely. If you watch how movies got made, you'll see a few little instances of that with some pretty popular movies, but you can't mess with it because you can't find a new DeLorean. I mean, my God, where are you going to find that?
Yeah, it was lightning. It was lightning in a bottle for sure.
Yeah. And they originally had Eric Stoltz as the main character, and he wasn't doing well. You don't have another Michael J. Fox out right now. Like I
was trying to think in my head, because here's the thing, I won't lie. I wouldn't mind seeing a modern take on it, just because we actually live in a technological time. You got to think about how awesome, again, part of the lightning in the bottle was that all of that was lore. Time travel is still something that we can't really fuck with anyway. But but now that we live in such a technical age, I'm curious what could be done similarly, but you don't have a Michael J. Fox, and you need that. The same way you need a map. You know what movie I left off my list? I just realized what movie I left off my list, but and they could redo that one. So anyway, I'll when we get to mine, I'll mention it.
Well, can I say something? You can't redo House Party because that is a kid and play movie.
Yeah. Modern kid and play.
It's kind of like, and let me tell any white people listening, would you want This Is Spinal Tap redone by anyone else? No, you fucking wouldn't. So you don't want House Party redone by anyone else. It's a kid and play fucking movie, and that's the only people that should do that fucking movie. If I don't see fucking play in that movie, I'm gonna flip my fucking lid and I'll be pissed off.
You can't remake it, but you could have. That's funny, Dan. You could have like Home Mortgage Family and Kids Party. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could have Retirement Party. You could have
you could take those characters and play.
You could take those characters and say, where are they? What is, if you push them into 30, 40, what is their life like? So that's why I say Home Mortgage Party, or
Kid is still touring as a headliner right now. He's still out there doing it.
Nice.
Yeah, like the party after, the house party after, or
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate.
I
about
see.
this.
I see. I hear it.
Yeah.
They did 3 of these. They did House Party 1, 2, and 3.
Well,
if I'm
there
not
was
mistaken. They did 3 of
4.
these.
There was 4, but the 4th one had oh my god, what was the group at the time? It escapes me. It'll come to me. But the 3 had Kid and Play. There is deep talk right now. And I just found this out on accident. Actually, it's just crazy. But LeBron James is looking to remake House Party.
I wish they would give somebody a job that has an original script that they want to create.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
And
what is this?
I get tired of sequels and remakes because there's so many brilliant writers out there struggling to get their stuff made.
Oh, I agree.
You know,
You're doing it to video games, Stefan.
Right.
A lot of the PlayStation 5
and
is just remakes
House
the old
Party-
games.
Right.
And House Party 4 was immature. Was in
Yeah,
House
immature.
Party
I was
4.
just, I looked it up. Immature did
Yeah.
House Party 4.
Yeah.
and
And I
major
heard
point.
maybe crisscross, but by 2000, the other baby died. One of the babies
Crisscross.
died. He died. But he died.
Oh, he did?
And crisscross, the baby that was chocolate. Passed
Oh
away.
wow.
Mm.
Well, and you couldn't do Major Pain now because you couldn't be that mean to kids.
Oh wait, mine are
Now
here
we're
now.
on to Dan's 4
Dan,
pick.
okay, let's go, Dan.
Fuck all these movies. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm like, you
by
know
the
what?
way,
Do
our
whatever you
guest,
want with this shit.
we are not a kids show. Fuck all these movies. I am
You only said fuck
serious.
20 times just like 5 minutes ago, so we kind of figured that.
I've only seen one of them, honestly, and
I've never seen anything but Masters of the Universe and Mall Cop, I guess.
I saw Mall Cop. Yeah.
Okay.
I use Mall Cop to fall asleep, so I don't need a new one. That's the one I put on demand when I'm ready to go to bed.
Okay.
Well, that's one of those movies that you could spin and take a mundane job and just say, okay, today this is Mall Cop, but we're making Garbage Man.
But like Kevin James is still alive and kicking and could do a new Mall Cop. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels so weird to talk about redoing a.
Or what about like Mall Cop promoted?
Well, can I explain? Can I explain my choices here?
Sure.
Okay. So, Garbage Pail Kids. Anyone who's seen it, you will cringe the entire movie if you watch it as an adult. You will be upset that you spent the hour and a half to watch this shit, and you will cry while you have diarrhea on the toilet. It is this bad.
Well, there's one thing you missed really
Okay.
quick. It had
It is a
controversy.
psychological, traumatizing movie. Do not watch it.
It had controversy too, Dan, because they could not get the appropriate skin tones to match the characters on the cards.
Oh, that's messed up. Fuck
No, yeah.
that.
So when you watch it, there was, I believe, at the time they had like some kind of thing floating around that the people who made it were, I don't know if you'd say it's not like hot sauces and shit, but that there was some, something behind it. But I think it was also that maybe the budget they had was just really, really low.
And they tried to make it a musical only with 2 songs or something, and the songs were bad. Why?
I've never
heard
of this film.
Garbage Pail Kids was a great
I'm with you,
collectible.
Victoria.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
How much? It's a low budget movie. Yeah, no shit. It's called Garbage Pail Kids. I mean,
Well, who remembers collecting the cards?
Yeah, the cards
were brilliant.
They were a major success in the 80s.
But they made a movie with some cheap money, and they threw it together. Much like the next one, I would say, Masters of the Universe, which was an unintentional comedy. Dolph Lundgren's in it. Dolph Lundgren.
I loved that movie when I was a child.
So does my wife. So does my wife. She loves this movie.
Well, that's because you were looking for the Dolph Lundgren from
Hell yes, I was. I was
no,
like,
I'm not looking for any Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren from Eric Andre tells me all I need to know about Dolph Lundgren.
And he's intelligent. It's like a whole thing. He's a whole thing right there.
He was a water
Okay. I mean, some of these I might need to look up and go ahead and just watch.
But here's the thing.
That one's real cheesy,
Here's
girl.
the reason why
Real
you don't
cheesy.
want to
We're
remake
not.
Masters of
Okay.
the Universe.
We're not.
You can make He-Man. You can make He-Man, but you can but don't make this movie. please. And then Corky Romano and Paul Blart, that's just because I don't like Chris Kattan or Kevin James, and I'm an asshole. And so,
I find your
forget
choice
that.
very weird. Like you didn't pick anything that you like love, and how dare they even try to touch it? You're like, you know what? This is shit. Don't waste your money. Like that's so not.
I was like, yeah, these are movies that shouldn't have made the first time. Is what
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you, Dana. That's
Don't
what I'm
ever
gonna
have
say.
made them. Paul Blart, it doesn't matter if you fall down and make a stupid face, you're still not funny. All right. And I'm sorry, I'm an amateur comedian. I shouldn't say that, but he's not
I
going to
got a great idea for Masters of the
Oh, he's
Universe
watching.
meets Xanadu. Now you've got a movie.
That is
There you go.
for just
Actually,
for only
you know what,
someone
Kim?
in your
I'm
age
going to
range.
invest.
I don't even know what the fuck Xanadu is. All right.
it was,
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is my slide.
mhm.
I've selected 3 that I love and one that pissed me off to the point where I was in the movie theater and I looked over at my best friend every 5 minutes going, really? Are you liking this? This is terrible.
Which
And
one
she's
takes
like,
you off?
"Anytime.
Can I
It's
guess?
terrible." So, okay, I'm going to let y'all guess. Which one do you think I absolutely hated and was angry through the
The
entire movie?
Last
The
Airbender.
Last Dragon.
Airbender.
That is a
Last
fact. The
Dragon.
Last Airbender was terrible.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
Terrible.
They should never, ever, ever make that movie again. And then all the other ones I fucking love. There's nobody better that can do any of these roles, that can make any of these moments that like take you back to your own life. You know, when I feel people haven't even seen Waiting to Exhale, I'm like, girl, that's why you keep getting cheated on. You know, like, get your education. I saw that when I was 10. Napoleon Dynamite, I was the weird kid in school. Napoleon would have totally been my friend. And The Last Dragon, can we just give it up?
Right.
Oh yeah,
Climax,
very classic.
The glow, like the soundtrack.
With the glow.
I thought it was The Last Dragon that you didn't like, but I haven't ever seen it. So that's why I just thought maybe The
Okay,
Last Dragon was your
Megan, you have homework. If your challenge, if you choose to accept it, is to find The Last Dragon and to watch it till the end.
One of the best villains.
Now, is it
One of the best villains.
that one's not a remake, right?
No, it's an original. It's like a comedy, karate, music. Like Vanity is in there. It's like a 1980s. Like
yeah, I was in high school. This was a big deal. Motown made this film under the Motown Film Center, and it was, you know, it's just, I mean, because you got to think about Black content and representation in the 80s. I mean, John Hughes ruled. So as you'll see by my list, so it was just, you know, this isn't like a high school rite of passage like any of my lists, but this is, you know, it was just like we needed content, you know. And like probably I'm trying to think of the movies with Black people in them for any reason.
Yeah.
And then Timac was cute, and for the record, like he still looks like that. 30, 40 years later, he still looks like
he's
that.
He's so sexy. Yeah, but they messed his money up. But yeah, it was Vanity, right? Vanity and Timac. Very good looking people. His little brother was hilarious. And baby Rudy before the Cosby Show.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Rudy was in it. It was such a good but the music was bomb, the karate was bomb, and Show Enough. Who's the baddest? Show Enough. Like he was an amazing character.
Your original Candyman.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. So I rest my case.
Yeah, that's one of those films that once you experience it, you know, it's a very fun, unique movie.
It is.
And for the longest time, Samuel L. Jackson, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I read it online. He's been fighting to get a remake of it because he wants to play Show Enough.
Right. I vaguely remember that. I vaguely remember that.
He's gonna have to work on that body. Show Enough was built. He was challenge. He's got a Show Enough voice and Show Enough energy. But Show
Enough, yeah, he does.
Oh no, I think he would do a great job. Honestly, there's a lot of actors who could try. I think he could do it. Well, you know,
don't have a 6-pack.
Well, I mean, if they give him the right garb, it ain't even gonna matter.
It is a comedy. All right, so those are the ones I picked.
But that's a classic. That's a classic. The one thing I will say that I could relate to that movie that I really liked about it was there was this gentleman who was born in Harlem who loved Bruce Lee. He loved Bruce Lee. And the fact that when you watch it, you could see, not to, you know, be crazy or whatever, but, you know, I'm of mixed race. So seeing other cultures' movies. I grew up with Superman, but I couldn't relate to him. I love the actor Christopher Reeves, but I couldn't relate to him. Right. So seeing The Last Dragon for me was just like, oh shit, this is badass. It's awesome. I could relate to it more.
It's karate. Bruce Leroy Jenkins.
That's right. Leroy? There you go.
Bruce Leroy. Yeah. And by the way, just as a side note, Stefan, I had the biggest crush on Bruce Lee. Like everything Bruce Lee. Like I thought he was so sexy. Like Bruce he was so intelligent and philosophical.
Oh yeah.
Good choices. Water. Good choices.
All right, here we go. Yep. This is Dana's.
Ooh, really good choices.
But I had to make sure. I had to make sure for Dana that I had her tiki guy in there.
Right. Who's like, so a couple of things. So of all things, Trilogy of Terror, let's just start with the one that terrorized me and probably to this day is the reason that I just cannot fuck with horror, because that was a 70s TV movie that scared the fuck out of me at a very young age, because I feel like when we talk about, even when we were talking about cancel culture, there's nothing that horrific would be on TV now because they know better. But at the time, we were subject to the bullshit because there were these, people didn't have a sense of what was appropriate for primetime television. So this shit was on TV. Well done, well acted, but fucking scary. So I just say never remake it because it scared the heck out of me. Memento, I threw in for good measure because it's such a one-of-a-kind film. Just like I remember I was in film school working on a graduate degree, and I think I got to read the script before I even saw the film. Like, so, reading the script and then seeing it was just a very powerful experience. And I was at a loss for number 4. And even now I think about it, Ferris Bueller's Day Off might have been my number 4. But here's the thing. I think I would like to see a very well done remake of Ferris
Bueller. No,
I agree.
Actually,
but
true.
I think that would be, I think of all these things, like while it was certainly a one of a kind like thing, I think of everything, I wouldn't mind seeing it touched, because I think that there are enough folks out there that you could do like what they're doing with the Wonder Years. You could do quote unquote a black version, because ultimately you're still talking about the same spirit, not necessarily in color. In this case, doesn't matter. And I think that would be the way you'd want to go on it. 16 Candles, on the other hand, I feel like it's so pristine. I'm just a huge Molly Ringwald fan. I was then, I still am, and I just think these two are just so pristine. Although I have had ideas for some writing ideas that have spun from the Breakfast Club. I wouldn't want to try to do a Breakfast Club because that was magic, but I've had some ideas around chess and around whatever that I think could mirror that. But Breakfast Club and 16 Candles are just two very special films for me, and I think anybody my age generation knows that. And so those are my 4. Just because Breakfast Club and 16 Candles are right here. We all wanted to be the Molly Ringwald. We all, we all felt that way. We felt overlooked in our lives, but we were excited about the day when we were finally seen. And that's, and I feel like, don't remake that. Let us show, like, I didn't have a daughter, but if I had a daughter, let us show our daughter that one as opposed to whatever. And the same for the Breakfast Club. Like,
show your daughter Waiting to Exhale too, Dana.
Yes, the daughter that I don't have, but it's for the granddaughter. The Breakfast Club, same way. I think some special magic there. Some of these actors, at a great moment in their lives and who they were, and what they could give us, and all that kind of stuff, and all of that. The agency, but so those are my 4. The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, Memento. Memento was just, as I sit here, I'm like, it was just so good, but it was just so. And I was studying it as a filmmaker, not necessarily as someone who just wanted to see this movie, but it turned out to be all of those things. Like, how did they write this? Like, whose mind wrote this and then directed it? And of course, hats off to the editor, because that's a feat to pull that together. Yes. I think it is a grand piece of cinema, and I just leave it as is. I think it broke ground, and I think you just want to leave it there. And like I said, Trilogy of Terror don't scare any of us that hard anymore, ever, 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 ever.
Dana, my mom took me to see The Breakfast Club in probably hopes that I'd become an Anthony Michael Hall, but I was more into becoming a Judd Nelson.
Right. Judd Nelson was the cool dude.
Know better. I was going to say, I don't think they could remake The Breakfast Club now because I pick my kids up from high school every day, and they don't have the click. There's not a very clear distinction of cliques and kids anymore the way there was when we were growing up.
Might be good.
which is
Which
good.
is good. Yeah, definitely good. I think maybe COVID helped, but also just like technology helped. You know what I mean? Like kids, the way when I was growing up, I grew up in Missouri. All right. So I know the LA kids, the New York kids, the kids in the, really cool areas, they dress different and things. I mean, when I watched Clueless, I was like, I'm sorry, what is cool? Like, I mean, they had a whole nother life, right? But now they're all on technology. So kids in LA look just like the kids here in Texas. Like they've become a little bit more homogenized, but it's also made everybody a little bit more maybe accepting of everyone. So I don't think they could, or at least it couldn't be set in present day.
They've been trying to remake Breakfast Club for the longest. I think more than 10 years.
They need to stop.
But I think the spirit
aliens.
I think that is a message that we still send. That look at us, who we are from the inside out, and not for the outside in the way that you see us. I still don't want it remade, but I think I'm trying to think. Like, if anything, this may sound. I think that so much of what we've seen, some of the high school stuff that we saw on Nickelodeon, were probably series spinoffs from a generation of people who had watched this and had all these ideas. And so much of what we saw when we saw any of the high school pieces that came through Nickelodeon were influenced by a film like this, But you guys, they're redoing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. There's a cat who wrote a serious Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like a series version. I don't know, it had some web traction, but I don't know if it got any real traction. But they're actually remaking it, and Will Smith. They showed the announcement where Will Smith actually got to tell the actor who gets to play him that he won the role. So I think.
Damn it, Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
Why are we remaking everything? Be original.
Thank you.
Because the movie business. This was a written piece in Variety or one of them 2 or 3 years ago, because this has been going on for so long. They just are. Everybody has become nervous about how money is spent and making money back, and you rely on things that have audience, because we went through a huge phase in the movie world where everything was adapted from some novel because it came with an audience. But to me, that eventually imploded on itself, because then you had novels that didn't have the greatest followings of people, whatever these things, but they're just relying on an audience that exists, and to be able to build on that audience to make sure they make their money back. And that's it. And hopefully, I think we're just going to all have to huddle together and make some original films, and then go out here and make money and show people from our original TV ideas and our original movie ideas that it can be done, and usher in a new age. That's going to be up to us. We are the Breakfast Club right here on Therapy of the Absurd.
Hello.
That's right.
I will say that is what's happening though on streaming services, because that is where the original content's coming from.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, attention spans have gotten shorter, right?
Yeah.
So in streaming services, when you write us a 30-minute TV sitcom, it's now it's down to 22 minutes. So it's your scripts are shorter, your time on is shorter. It's everything is quick. They've got that the other streaming service, Tubi or whatever, that's got like 10, 12-minute little minis and stuff like that, because people are busy. They don't have time. They don't have time to sit down and watch a full-length movie anymore. So that's really not where it is anymore. It's in shorter contents.
What did you say after attention spans are getting shorter?
Can you repeat that? I can't even remember.
Dad joke.
Attention span. I don't think the attention, because people binge watch. So our attention span, I don't think, is getting shorter. I just think we have different ideas about the pace at which things go, or what we're supposed to see. But if something grabs us, we will sit Lupin on Netflix and watch all 6 episodes in one sit, or watch one and then or watch all whatever it is. So I don't know if it's attention spans are getting shorter.
Then we take a huge break and we don't watch anything for days.
Right.
I think it can watch, and then we don't, and then we go through our lives and busy, then go can watch something. So,
well, I think that's tied into the fact that unfortunately in our nature, accomplishment is part of happiness. So if you don't actually do some stuff throughout the week, you start feeling bad about yourself. Unfortunately, it's not just the Catholic Church that taught me that. I think it's
Jesus.
Yeah.
Just want to say really quick, Anthony Michael Hall is in the new Halloween movie with Michael Myers, Halloween Kills, coming out October 15th. And really big too, Christopher Nolan, who made Memento, due to the HBO Max Warner Brothers thing, day and date, it's on HBO Max and in theaters. Christopher Nolan really didn't like that, so he's left Warner Brothers, and now he has a solid deal with Universal.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Wait, Christopher Nolan, isn't that Inception?
he also did Inception.
Inception is my favorite. That's another. That's another one. Please don't remake.
Inception is. Oh yeah, that's a great one.
I love that movie.
For
Don't remake that. I don't want another layer.
For honorable mentions, we have Jaws, Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, Three Amigos, and Brewster's Millions.
Oh my God! A film that I wrote that I think is finally going to get to see the light of day through to some indie production. It's not a remake of Brewster's, but Brewster's is part of the influence.
I love that movie.
I love that movie. I own that.
Yes, same. And forever they've been trying to remake Jaws. To no avail.
Really?
Yeah, don't
make it deep blue sea.
There's no need. Three Amigos was like my go-to, especially when I was bored as a child. That was all of it. I love it.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
A plethora of
piñatas. I use that word quite often. I forgot it from that. You know what I would add on here is Pulp Fiction. Do not remake.
Agreed. Yes. Very true. I totally agree.
And
I can't sit through that again. No, I like it too.
That was great.
Yeah, they did an interview with Steve Martin and Martin Short many years ago, and they asked him about a Three Amigos sequel. And for the longest time they were biting their tongues. And I don't remember if it was Steve Martin or Martin Short. Eventually, it came out as because Chevy Chase was just too hard to work with.
Yeah, I've heard
dude, that was a joke I was gonna make. Sorry, Chevy Chase is still a dick.
Yeah.
So we would have got a sequel. We would have got a sequel for that one.
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been as good.
All right, you guys, I apologize. I like the one night that we are like reviving our 2-hour format. I have to go.
I'm sorry, we didn't mean to do that.
We didn't. We're having a great time, and definitely rest in peace, Norm.
And then last but not least, rest in peace, Norm Macdonald, 61, who died of cancer. And I found out something very interesting. He's had it for 9 years.
Yes.
And his family and those closest to him, I mean, SNL cast, fellow comedians, family members who he actually confided in and really loved. Nobody, absolutely, I repeat, nobody knew.
I'm pretty sure Dylan McDonald knew. And the thing is that if you know anything about Norm Macdonald, what he studied was called Stoicism. So if you look up Stoicism, you're not going to tell the world that you're dying. Mm-hmm. You're going to keep it inside, and it's part of the whole philosophy.
Chadwick Boseman.
This guy, I every day I watch the I'm Not Norm channel on YouTube because I actually watch clips of Norm Macdonald that I've seen a million times, only because I don't understand yet how he's so brilliant at comedy. I understand that in interviews he had controversial views. He did not agree with a lot of certain people. I understand he had views different than me. But the man understood being funny to a level that a lot of people did not understand. And that's why I still watch him every day. I'm Not Norm is still putting up videos every day. It's not him putting his clips up. And there's something about the guy that could tell a dad joke that took 17 minutes and everyone still laughed at the end. There's something about what he's doing that intrigues me. So
rest in peace, Norm Macdonald.
A guy came on the open mic that I was on Tuesday and like just cried. Like he was trying to record his set. It was paying homage. He put on a cowboy hat, his camera. He was trying to film himself, and his cameras wouldn't work. He was cussing out the cameras, but he got up there and he pushed through his set and cried, and and then left the stage. But definitely much respect to a comedy pioneer. All right, you guys, I love you and good night, and I will be in touch with all of you.
Yes.
Good night.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching and tuning in. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Megan, for joining us. We really greatly appreciate it. We hope you had some fun and everything. Please, Kim, tell us about any upcoming shows that you have coming up.
So on the 19th of September, I will be landing in Las Vegas. I thought I was doing World Series of Comedy wildcard spot at 6. Turns out somebody dropped out. I got bumped to Wednesday night show. Sunday, I'm driving from Las Vegas to LA, and I'm doing Flappers at 9 o'clock. So I'll be on the Swingin' Sunday show at 9 o'clock at Flappers.
Nice.
Oh, look at you.
Nice, very nice, very nice.
I'm here in Dallas this weekend at the Pocket Sandwich Theater, and then next week I'm up at Comedy Arena in McKinney, and then I'm in Waco. I know you guys are jealous, but
Pocket sandwiches sound good.
yeah, it's here. It'll be good. It'll be delicious.
It's awesome. That's so great.
So what do you have going on, Victoria?
Now, what are you guys doing?
I am still permanently within my home, trying not to contract coronavirus. I'm vaccinated, and I don't believe this breakthrough infection BS. So until the numbers go down in LA, you guys can find me. Actually, do not find me at my house, because you're gonna find a different version than what you know. So you're gonna enjoy the beauty of LA comedy without me. But when I come back, I'm coming back with some new stuff, you guys. So get ready.
Coming back hot.
That's right.
Stephen, what you got going on?
Right now I am also avoiding everyone, especially family. Not because I don't love them. Well, okay, maybe some of them. But I have pre-existing conditions. I don't want to get sick, nor do I want to get my kids sick. I'm just writing, playing video games, and here soon, I've been vaccinated. When some of this dies down a little bit, hopefully, because I've been offered some shows, and I just, I keep hearing, oh, there's a spike. Oh, there's a third variant of COVID. I'm waiting for the fourth, goddammit. I have no vaccine. Is that going to protect me against the third and the fourth? Like, what do we need, man? Body condoms? I mean, like, what do we need? But that's, pretty much what's going on. Just trying to quarantine, and with my high cholesterol, I am a little overweight. Okay, I'm overweight. Whatever.
You don't look overweight from your this up.
Because I can't shake it from
It's
up
the same.
here,
It's the same. Like, we all look so much better on Zoom. Well, Victoria, I can tell she's got her shit together.
No, I'm the part of the chicken wing, that little extra tip. That's how I'm built, like the tip of the chicken wing, just nothing but crust and bones.
But I do want to say,
Gorgeous.
not to cut anybody off, I just want to say really quick, we have a member of our podcast team who is going to be stepping away, and we want to thank Dan for his service and everything he's done for the podcast. We love him, and we will miss him, and we wish him the very best. Is there anything you would like to say or share with everybody, Dan?
Well, stepping away from the podcast was not an easy decision. Actually, I've been talking to Stefan for a few months now about, I don't know if I could keep doing it. And as we reopen, I have a family. I have 2 beautiful girls, and I'm being offered things that are going to take a little bit more time through the week, so I cannot engage in the podcast. And as I thought about it, it's like, well, could we record it on the weekend? It's like, I still want to do comedy, and I am doing a show on October 3rd at the Comedy Chateau. I am taking the risk because I did live once, and now I'm addicted. Damn it. And I need to work a little bit more on my musical stuff. Hecla's second album will be coming out soon. There's 4 of 6 songs written, and right now they're hurting the hell out of my wrist, so they're going to be awesome. And I'm trying to promote the current album. So basically a lot of things got in the way, and I had to say, dang it, I have to step away from the show right now. So I will miss everyone. I will miss all of our regular guests that have come up. I will miss everybody that's here. Of course, I'm going to, see all of you, because we go to the same damn clubs and stuff and play at the same places. So Anyway, I'm sorry, Megan, I'm not gonna make it out to Texas soon.
Be
Know,
safe.
it's
Don't
it's
come
just,
out here.
yeah, it's ever since that
We're
thing.
not shutting down for nothing here.
Yeah.
Well, nobody in the South shut
our
down.
governor.
Yeah, Joe Rogan actually has a hit on me. Yeah, so I do not really want to step away from the show, but unfortunately I had to make one of those decisions where I had to step away at the moment. So love y'all, and I'll see you out there, of course.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh yes.
Thanks.
So
It won't be the same without you, Dan. That's for damn sure.
Yes, sir. Well, the door's always
exactly what they say at the STD clinic.
Yeah, well,
that's not true.
Herpes is the
that's not
gift
true.
that
Don't call Jackie. Nobody call Jackie and tell her that I said
herpes is the gift that keeps on giving, man. It's Christmas every day with herpes.
Hey, and glad
Merry
to have
Christmas, honey.
Jim and Megan for this
Herpes.
one. I think you feel blindsided at the moment. Please don't. Thank you for being here for this.
Again, follow everyone on Instagram. I put everyone's Instagram and their websites in the comment section. Please follow these amazing ladies. They're funny as hell. Get on it. What are you waiting for? All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you the Thursday after next with another amazing episode of Therapy of the Absurd. Have a beautiful night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.